shine, I'ma shine. I'm not one for wasting time. I'ma make that shit that gon' go have you wait and stand in line. Shine, you gon' shine. Don't you go and waste your time. I know you feeling down, but I know what you got deep inside. Shine, I'ma shine. Shine, I'ma shine. Shine, you gon' shine. Shine, I'ma shine. I'm not one for wasting time.
Always a special guest.
What up, what up, what up? I'm Dr. T.
Timo.
This is Painter Gain. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to have a special guest today, Dennis.
Dennis.
Coming to
the
join
man.
us.
Yep, that's my workout partner. It's my spotter right there.
Absolutely.
He's the guy.
We got to bring some more gains into this Painter Gain.
Yeah.
So we have for you guys today is we talked last week a little bit. We went over furniture sliders.
Furniture sliders, dope.
Bunch of exercises for it. Hands, feet, you name it. We'll get all the exercises for it. You guys can catch that on last episode or find clips and stuff that we got going for it.
We did some foam rolling.
We did do some foam rolling. I forgot
was
about
good
that.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
did some
foam
foam
rolling
rolling.
was cool.
Talked about do's and don'ts, where you should, where you shouldn't. Yeah.
I actually used the one for the hip right here.
Oh
That
yeah,
was good
TFL.
spotting. TFL.
It's a big one.
Yeah, that was great. Especially after playing so much basketball.
Oh yeah,
So,
gets real
I
tight.
was just chilling.
Sitting all day
Just
too.
laying right there.
You
for a
work
good
from
minute.
homers.
Oh.
Stay and get them tight hips.
Yeah. Cool.
What we got today is we got something special for you, a little bit more sciencey in it again. Is you guys might have seen people around the gym and stuff where, you know, the masks that have like the little valves on, not just like this is pre-COVID and stuff, where they have the little valves on and it's supposed to like restrict the oxygen to it, so make your lungs work harder, so you can like get a cardio workout while you're like walking and stuff.
Do you like those?
You know, I just don't like cardio very much. Like they work for what
they
they do.
work. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I personally don't like it, but like, hey man, like you do you, do whatever you want to do.
So it does do its
Yeah, it does what it's supposed to do.
That's
The
what's
whole idea behind something like that is restricting the amount of energy that you have for something. I'm sure you might have heard. Well, I remember hearing as a kid, the last push-up is always worth more than the first one because you're supposed to. The more tired you are, the more that your muscle has to work. The more of your muscle you have to use because that part of it's tired, the one that's used the most. Same thing kind of with your lungs and stuff. You use more of it when you need to get more out of it. Your body is a very much I use what I need type of thing. Just like if you lift more weights, be like, I need that. Let me get bigger muscles, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So on and so forth. So looping back with that, we have kind of that, but for your muscles. Okay, we have, I'll cover up everything here for brand's sake.
For real.
We lost audio?
No.
Oh, never mind. We're good. These are called BFR bands, or blood flow restriction. Kind of false advertising. It should be more blood flow occlusion. What it does is it does the same thing as it wraps around to restrict blood flow to the affected area. Now, they have different sizes of these. These are smaller ones for the arms. They have bigger ones for the legs, for whatever size we got. And so the idea behind this is to restrict the energy, so your blood, to your muscles as opposed to your lungs, which would be kind of the oxygen flow for that.
Yep.
So it's the same thought of that, except it's going into your arms. Okay. And if you wouldn't mind, Miss Timo,
Oh
you
yeah,
can
don't know.
just roll up some, show them the guns. Watch out.
Wait for the veins.
So as you can see, everything's nice and normal. These are a little bit dangerous. Don't do this just all willy-nilly. Don't try
I've
to go
actually
get
seen the ones more of like a strap. So like you got the more professional one. You're of course, right?
Yeah.
But, so I've seen the people that be having it and they're just like tying the shit out of it.
Yeah, no tourniquets over here. Please don't do a tourniquet. I don't condone that. Don't tourniquet your arm. That's a bad idea. I don't think you need me to tell you that. Anyone should. But these have a little bit of rubber on the side, and they have little indentures in it, so it's not going to be a straight just band all the way around. It's not cutting you off the whole way.
Yeah, because I've seen
it has
those,
a little
I'm
bit.
like, what the heck?
Yeah, it has little pockets that'll expand and stuff, so it's like almost like a ripple effect. That it
Okay,
gets through.
cool. So get these ones. The
So
professional ones.
we can put these on. This one's actually probably a little bit small for you, but that's okay. It works. So you want to strap it on, get it kind of up, as high up as you possibly can. So if you're on your legs, like get them in the skivvies, you know what I'm saying? Angle it out so you can, just don't pinch yourself. So this one you're going to kind of want to go over. If I go any higher, I'm going to hit the deltoid, and that's like a muscle. Just stay right under that. And you're going to tighten it up. Try not to pinch your buddy. Come on down the inside. And then what we have is a blood pressure cuff, basically type looking thing. Okay, so this is going to pump in. It'll tell you how far we go, how much we're going. So for these, safest is always to start low. So start at about 100 is what we're going to do. We just did this on to try before to kind of get him acclimated to it. So we're going to go a little bit 150 so we can get a little bit more of a visual response from it. But again, always check when you're doing things, and I'll show you what to check for.
To the camera, we're good here.
They'll be all right. Cool. So I'm going to clip onto there so you can see as it's holding on, it'll go up. So that's a little too much. Okay, so I'll take that down. There you go. So we're going to get that to about 150, give or take. Good. Relax your arm. There you go. So you can see if he flexes, it'll go up a little bit. So exact isn't the end of the world, but somewhere close to there. Okay. Pinch this, rip it off. Okay, so what you want to check is to make sure we want to occlude the oxygen and not take it out completely. So we want to make sure you still got some blood flow in there. Okay, so I'm going to have you do first. Go to open and close your hands a little bit. Okay, and then relax. I don't know if you guys can see this, but he's got kind of color in there. Can we see that? So I'm going to push it down and then relax and see how it takes. 5 to 10 seconds should be what it takes for that blood flow to get back. So I think you can see that. Yeah. Good enough. He's safe. I can feel his pulse in his fingers. He's good. Okay, so we know blood is still getting there, but we just don't want to restrict it all the way. And so what the goal of this is, you want to keep it on for about 20 minutes, 25 tops to be safe. Make sure you're hydrated, because as you keep blood in the system, okay, you're going to have a bunch of like drainage and venous flow in there. You're going to actually lose some of that blood volume. So you're going to have a bunch of water that you're going to need to put in your system. So that's why I was like, you good, you're hydrated, right?
Yeah.
So that's how we know that's happening.
I've been drinking my Painter Gain a gallon a day, you know what I'm saying?
Gallon a day.
That's the challenge, the Painter Gain challenge.
Keeps Dr. T away from, we don't really want that. But as you can see even, so just go relax your arm.
Oh yeah, cool.
And see, as you can see, this has just been sitting there. We already got some veins coming. What about on the other side? He's got little veins anyways, but these are kind of popping a little bit more. So the goal of this is to starve your muscles, in a sense. What it does is it fools your muscles into thinking they're working extra hard. So, hey, I'm using all of my energy that I have here, aka all the blood. So that's going to cause an anabolic release of hormones into your system. Okay. Everyone's heard of the fight or flight response?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a hormonal release when you're kind of worried or you're getting into this state of, end workout or state of worry. Okay. So what that does is it gets your body into this basically anabolic state. It throws out hormones in there. That hormone is beneficial for growth. It's beneficial for healing. It's beneficial for a number of things. I do know can I name celebrities? That's fine to name celebrities, right? I know for a fact Mark Wahlberg has done
a bunch of stuff like
he's done BFR before.
Okay.
So he's kind of in it. It's safe. Everyone can do it as long as you kind of have the right thing going
Coaching,
on before it.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we actually had for our clinic when we got this, we actually had the like owners of it, the ones that we use, come in and like talk to us about it. Here's what's safe. Here's what's not safe. Don't put arms and legs on at the same time because it's really bad for your heart, type of thing. So we had all these like safety things put in.
So how many days would you do this? Could you do this every day?
You could do it every day.
You could do it every day.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So what I was getting to was the reason you starve your muscles is it saves your joints. So in workout purposes, you could do it just it puts you in through a different state than of regular working out. It'll change that for you. But for rehab purposes, for like me, if you have things like osteoarthritis or you have things like a rotator cuff repair, that more for elbow repair. If you have like knee surgery, if you have, chondromalacia or like cartilage loss or something like that, to where your joints are just like torched.
Yeah.
And you don't want to use them as much. You don't want to jump on them. You don't want to do all these like heavier squats that kind of just like make your joints ache. This can replace a lot of that wear and tear on the joint and make it so that your muscles are working harder without having put so much stress on the joint, torque.
So you probably won't put up as much weight as you would.
Definitely not.
Not right.
Definitely not. So starting with BFR, I would have people literally, if they're doing legs, only body weight stuff. I wouldn't do any more than that. If you have trouble, Yeah, if you can't get yourself tired with body weight stuff using BFR, A, you should make it tighter within reason if it's safe. Yeah. B, don't take as many breaks.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
That's
all you need.
You're just wasting it.
Yeah, don't take as many breaks. You don't need it. Don't worry about it. I get plenty of people just worn out, dead. Professional athletes have done this. Body weight stuff, slider stuff, no more than really. Honestly, I think we use 5 pounds maybe for like lunge stuff, but don't worry. You're not better than them. You're fine. But as you can kind of see, we're kind of getting a little bit. So now that you have a little bit of kind of buildup in here, all I want you to do, open and close both hands so that you can kind of feel as fast as you can. You can kind of feel just it die out quickly.
It's much more harder for sure.
The things with this is a quick, you need no more than like a 10-second break and it'll like refill pretty quickly. So that's the cool part of it. If you're worried about it, then you can just pump it. They have other ways of doing it.
You said you don't want to go above 150?
I would say about 150 to 200 for the arms.
Oh, okay. For the arms. So
I think
on where you
180 is like the normal that you should do for the arms. They have limits on it for what you should do. Again, make sure you read up and educate yourself before. I would highly suggest going to someone who knows how to use them if you're gonna like want to get them for the first time or whatever. But there's 100 different, maybe not 100, but there's a bunch of different brands or different types you could get. Just make sure that you like read the instructions and go to a healthcare provider if you feel like you need to.
You probably don't want to like have beginners do this, kind of start this way, or would it still be okay?
If it gets you in the gym,
okay,
take it, or it'll get you stronger into it. You can do it at home. Again, 20 minutes is all you need.
Oh, got it.
So that's
yeah,
it's
especially
like kind of a quick on the
time.
go if you're at home. Like I want to start a workout plan, but I don't want to go crazy. You can start.
You
don't have to start with something like this, but it's definitely if you have the means, if you have the funds, it's worth it.
Roughly, how much does gear cost?
So they sell them in I think pairs of 2 for this the company that we get ours for. That's good enough, obviously, for like medical purposes. So they're gonna last you for a long time.
Yeah.
We use them daily. I think it'll probably run you about $250, $300.
Okay. Cool.
For kind of the more expensive ones, you can go in and get like a bigger pack and go in with someone else with it. And that would probably save you a little bit of money if you want 2 people coming into it. But it'll run you about $300, which honestly, in the grand scheme of things, that's less than a year of membership sometimes for some gyms.
I mean, and you're getting a good workout with it too. It's actually,
So I could rationalize it if I had the funds, but I don't have to because I work at a clinic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of a fun, cool, sciencey thing that we have. It's really cool because then you get these like big, burly guys that come be like, oh, like I don't want to lift 5 pounds. Like that's nothing. And we'll put these on them and be like, all right, man. Like we have like an arm bike. We're like, all right, get on the arm bike for like 5 minutes. All right, go like lift these 5 pounds. Try to lift it up, and they just like get to like 17 and they're just like shaking. So the whole point of this is you should go to failure. So
every set.
Go to failure. So try to do 30. If you can do 30 or something, especially on like legs or leg press, increase the weight.
Got it.
That's okay. For like bicep curls, start with 5 pounds. If that's really what you want to do, that's all you need to do. But you don't need to do any of that. You can do push-ups. You can do you should not be able to do full sets of push-ups with these. And if you can, try to do as many as you can until you fail out so you can't.
I was about to say, would you move it anywhere else instead of just here?
Nope, that's as high as you can go.
High as you go.
You can't really put it on your armpit or anything. It's dangerous. Don't do that. You have a lot of nerves in there called a brachial plexus. You can Google that yourself, or we can talk about it at a later date. But there's a lot of sensitive things up there in your armpit, which is why it's not fun for people to get into.
Got it.
But yeah,
that's pretty cool. I thought you probably only would be able to do this maybe one or 2 days. That's your routine.
No, you can do that every day. I have plenty of patients who have, let's say they have like an ACL surgery or like a high level, but they were like an athlete or they were high level at a gym. So we'd get them to go through this, and instead of them coming back, be like, hey, I'm not 100%. I'm not what I was before I got this surgery.
Yeah.
And that takes a while sometimes. Like we all know ACL surgeries could take 9 months to a year, normal, even for like sports injuries to come back. Clay Thompson. Things like that happen all the time. So a regular human would also take 9 months to a year at least to kind of get back to where you were. Usually they say about 12 to 15 months to get back to what you were doing. And so not everyone can afford to just come to treatment all the time.
Yeah, true.
And so we actually have plenty of times where I talk with the patient, I'm like, look, instead of coming twice a week to me, come once a week. So let's wean it down to that, and then here we'll do these trainings, and I want you to use at home. If you want, you can, get the bands and stuff, and it'll save you X amount of visits. It costs $100 a visit, then 3 visits is all you really need.
Yeah,
and then it'll pay for itself.
Yeah, true.
And so we'll talk to them, be like, wean off, hey, come see me once every 2 weeks. I can upgrade your home program. I can talk with you about this and do that. And so that's how we kind of get people to kind of be on their own and be more independent. And then when you're done with me, you got these forever.
Oh, yeah, true.
So, like, you can
and
go
you learn
use it, you
something
can do whatever you want to do.
Too, yeah.
Yeah, and so it helps you, and you're a little bit more aware of your body, and, it's a nice, it's different, too. It's cool, you get to talk about it. It's usually a talking point that you get to go do things, and just like we've been talking about earlier, like, part of going to the gym is having this, like, community or doing something you want to be able to tell other people what you're doing, and that's a big motivation to go do it. And so if you tell people, hey, I have these cool bands, this is what it does, like, I can't, like, it's hard for me to lift 5 pounds, but when I go without it, I can lift, like, 40 pounds, blah, blah. And so it's a cool thing to kind of, you can combine it, and you can, like, sanitize everything, obviously, but you can just do this with other people, and you can share things as it goes.
Would you, because I was just kind of thinking, would you be able to do, like, say, a set with them off, and then put them on, do a set, or would it be better just to kind of just keep them on regardless of which one? Like,
I would rather just go the whole 20 minutes with it, let it starve the whole time, and then you could finish your workout with that. That's happened plenty of times where,
if you
especially
have enough gas after that.
Yeah. Or when you take it off, you're going to have the gas back too.
Oh, okay.
So there's been plenty of times where I've had a patient and we gave them we upgraded their BFR program, and it took them a little bit longer than we expected, or they had to take another break because the exercise was a little too much or this and that.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of times where we hit, the 25-minute limit that I was setting, kind of monitoring. I was like, all right, well, we'll pop it off and we'll just finish the rest of, the 2 or 3 sets that we still have to do or whatever it is, and you can do it afterwards. And so it's kind of it's a weird realization too to see them do that and be like, oh man, this is actually like easier now that it's done.
Yeah.
But you're still tired because you've been doing it for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Especially to failure.
Yeah, and so that's kind of the real goal with it. But
dope, nice.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get a pair myself now. Try it out. See what Dennis says.
Oh yeah, so we can come in and we can even see. You can see it kind of come back.
This is a release. Doesn't look all red.
Oh yeah, so there's a valve release there. I just released it all back, and the veins are back normal.
Cool.
But yeah,
that was a cool little pump.
That's that. Piece of cake. Sanitize everything. COVID still exists, but life is life.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool. All right, we're gonna bring in our good old pal Dennis now. Bow. There he is. You're there.
He's on.
Yeah.
All right, we
cool.
got him.
So welcome, Dennis. Tell a little bit about yourself, your little fitness journey. Where did it begin? A little bit, like what was the motivation? I like we were talking one time. It's like the consistency of trying to get into the gym. How did you get to the consistent see that you're at?
Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
and my journey's been off and on. I think my gym weightlifting journey probably started back in 2009, 2011, where I really got serious. But then there's been years in between where I've just literally just stopped working out. I think most recently COVID. I think that's everyone. COVID hit, and I was just at home not doing anything. And I had the opportunity, I bought a bunch of things like weights and things like that, and I was motivated to do things,
but just
not doing it,
Yeah, I feel that. I was the same way.
And that was a lot of people. And my motivation was me just gaining a lot of weight during COVID. I literally gained so much weight that I couldn't fit most of my clothes.
I would be the one to start. That's how I felt. I put on the shirts. I was like, "Oh yeah, this is the extra schmedium now."
Yeah.
No longer have.
I had to get a
can't
large.
wear
Gotta go
mediums
up.
anymore.
Yeah, I gotta go up.
It's tough.
Feel that.
Clothing. I just remember bending over to tie my shoes on one knee. My stomach was hitting my knee.
I feel that.
And I was like, oh man, this has never happened to me ever in my life. What's going on? So just little things like that, and I noticed. So I started actually around last summer. I tried to start getting serious. My body's, and I only speak for myself, my body's very interesting when it comes to food. My body tries its best, and what a lot of people do, tries its best to hold on to the weight. So when it puts on weight, it's hard for me to lose weight. And I'll lose it and then gain it back really quick as soon as I
hit like a, this is where I'm at.
yeah, like nice little plateau where my body just wants to stay like that. Even if I don't like that, my body wants to stay like
it's
that.
like,
you know?
no, let's chill here.
So I got serious like last summer, and then I didn't start really cutting until this January. January is when I started really cutting, and like, I mean, I was watching my diet the whole time, but I wasn't really losing that. I lost like maybe 3 pounds or 4 pounds, and then
because you're still building muscle if you're going to the gym. So
exactly
like
building muscle, and like I was eating like I was probably eating around like 25 to 2,900 calories a day, and so January I started working with a trainer. He's also a nutritionist, so he knows.
Awesome.
So, and I know a good amount about nutrition, but he like helped me. Look at things.
Nutritionists are kind of hard to come by. No?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are dietitians.
Yeah, but to actually find, I found that out recently. I'm like, I tried to refer to people to stuff, and I would have to go to Yelp and stuff, and it was always like dietitian. I was like, no, this isn't what I'm looking for. Yeah, I've like been needing to find a good nutritionist to like refer people to, and they ask me because I don't know eat broccoli.
That was my because we would talk, and we were talking. That's the thing. So that's what inspired me. That's what I'm gonna go do for sure. So we could all know. So we could all know, and we'll be ready to go.
And no, I suggest everyone, like, even if you're not even trying to get in shape,
just
I
to
think
know.
you should
Actually,
know.
that's super. Yeah, you're right.
Especially like looking at your body, because everyone's different. A lot of things that people look up online is based on the average person, or is based on the person that wrote that. Like when they're looking at a diet plan, you want to figure out what's good for your own body, because everyone has different, like you're saying, hormones, different chemicals that go into the body, and if you just try to do someone else's diet plan, it's not going to work for you most likely. Especially weight, age, height, those all come in play, you know? So just figuring out my own diet and what works for me. So yeah, since January, I've literally lost 35 pounds. I think we're in June now. About to be in July. And I mean, if I probably stayed on, like, not cheated.
I mean, you took a couple vacations.
Yeah, so I was in Mexico. I was in Tahoe. You know, I had to go enjoy the food. You know,
you're living. That's okay.
Just had my wedding, so those are things that like stopped me. But I probably would have lost like 40 to 45 other pounds. Like,
so where you at now? What do you think you're?
So last time I checked, I'm at 177.
Okay.
And when I started my journey in the summer, I was like at 213. It's probably
213.
Yeah. And so I've cut down. I'm like 18% body fat.
There you go, man.
And I'm trying to continue to go down. But
Those are the tough ones too, from 17 to 13.
Yeah.
Super tough, because like we were talking, you just got to cut down. Like, you're gonna cut carbs completely. You're gonna kind of go, just straight, but kind of more on a keto kind of thing, huh?
Yeah.
Put it through ketosis.
And how I see, especially with keto, I've done keto before. I think what people do often, and why they don't last long, especially with diet plans, is they go to cold turkey.
Oh, okay.
So like they start with eating all these carbs, eating McDonald's, whatever the case is, and then all of a sudden Monday hits and like, I'm not eating carbs.
Boom. It's just like your body goes into crazy shock.
Your body doesn't like it. You don't like it mentally. You're fatigued, and you're like, by Friday you're not sticking to your diet plan. So I think what you need to do is slowly, and this is what I did this year, I was just slowly cut myself down.
Yeah.
So like not having carbs doesn't bother me at all, because like I've already been low carb. I've been slowly like depriving my body from eating carbs. So yeah.
So what would you say your daily intake of carbs were, and then kind of how did you like do by 20 grams, or was it there a certain number, or just kind of not craving it, or?
So my daily intake, like starting back in January.
Did you have a period in like your carbs, because you're saying how you cut down the carbs, like what percentage did you cut them down? Like, did you do it weekly? Was it just like a daily thing where you kind of slowly started cutting the carbs?
Yeah, so I don't think people should base stuff on like weekly or whatever, because your body doesn't base your life on that. You know, your body moves at its own pace. So base off your body. So pretty much I would look at my body, and I would obviously work with my trainer, and me and him will talk, and once I hit like a plateau, okay, let's move a little bit more carbs off of your plate, you know, and then continue to do that.
Got it.
Until like recently, where I kind of like been hitting a plateau where I'll lose some weight and then kind of gain it back. So that's when I've kind of cut. My body, sadly, loves carbs, and like even if it gets a little bit of it, it likes to like take it in and keep it.
Like this is
just
everything.
keep it, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm kind of like that too. I feel it.
And there's people in the world that you'll see like super skinny or super fit, and they eat McDonald's and all that, you know, as their pre-workout, you know. So
that's true.
Yeah, everyone's different.
What's your trigger food? Like your must have?
Oh, when it comes to carbs?
Yeah, what comes
or
to
in
carbs?
general.
Just
I mean,
or in general, like which one that you know it's super bad for you, but you love so much?
Oh man, so it's. I'm not like a candy person, but I love baked goods. So cakes, cookies,
the sweets.
Yeah, those are like I can't even have in my house because I will not be able to stop myself from eating.
Yeah, chips. For me, it's chips. Heck yeah, definitely
so
chips.
What have you found that was? You said everybody's bodies reacts different. Mm-hmm. What's your I don't know, favorite or best, most efficient, I guess, protein intake for you? Is it like fish, chicken, red meat? Like, what is your best way to get that kind of protein without expending too much of that like carb intake?
I mean, so I would say if it's like real food, not talking about like isolate protein, then it would be chicken for me or shrimp. I actually eat a lot of both. Shrimp, from what I know, doesn't have all the nutrients that you'll get from chicken. But, you know, it's good to mix it up, your diet, because if you don't mix it up and it gets plain, then you're not going to stay on it.
True.
So I eat a lot of chicken breasts.
Okay.
Chicken thigh has a good amount of fat in it, and I'm not saying you shouldn't eat it. But if you look at fat percentage of chicken breast versus chicken thigh, it's a big difference.
Big difference.
And you want to look at that because like fat, like to break down what it like your macros, you have protein, fats, and carbs. Carbs and proteins are per gram of a protein you get 4 grams of calories, I want to say. 4 grams of calories. And then for fats it's actually 9. So that's more than double. So your fats are going to take up a lot of your calories, and people don't notice that. And in America, most foods are made from high fats.
Yeah.
Having just chicken breasts most of the time is what I do. But I change it up. I like to cook different types of chicken breasts and different recipes and stuff like that.
Because I found fish for me was a nice. I didn't hold on to it as much. I feel like I had a bunch of chicken and rice. There was a point in during COVID and stuff where I just started hiking and stuff. I was going through something like mentally, and I was like, hey, I need to go out and do things. Yeah. And I found out like cod was like I could eat maybe not as much of it as I want. I didn't count, but I was like, I need to start eating a little bit healthier. Maybe I'll throw some spinach or something on this and make it feel a little bit better. But I went through that, and I had a lot of cod, and I just started dropping weight without changing too much stuff. Nice. But I would have I felt like the same amount of chicken. Maybe I was having more chicken, and I would just like put it back on. I was like, F this. I gotta get me some more cod. But is there something like that to where you're like, even though you follow, because you said everyone's different, even though like you follow your like intake markers, like what you're statistically, I should be able to do this. Is there still like foods that just don't agree? Like you said, your body holds on to it. Is there foods that you specifically don't agree with? Yeah. Like, well, technically I eat this amount of this and it's this same amount, but I eat this amount of this and it's the same amount, but I like respond better to this. Yeah. Is that a thing or?
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of red meats actually, which sucks because I love red meat. But like if I'll eat lean. I was just talking to my trainer last week. If I eat lean ground beef, like the 96% with that 4% of fat, my body will intake it very differently from like chicken breast, which can be almost the same percentage. I will start like just feeling very bloated. And yeah, so that's I would say that would be one of the things.
Okay.
I do a lot of ground turkey.
Ground
turkey, ground turkey's always been good to me.
Never been a fan of ground turkey. For me, it just...
It's a seasoning, you know, whatever you put in it.
It just looked weird to me. That always bothered me.
It
It just looked weird. It don't look... It looked like fake ground turkey.
Yeah.
Or ground beef.
Ground beef, yeah, and I feel it. No, it's all right. It's cool. It's a little drier, obviously, you know, but, you know, sauce it up a little bit. I eat a lot of, like, spaghettis. So I just try to keep it as my carb intake. Because, like, if I don't have carbs, I don't grow. It's the opposite for me. Like, I need carbs, so I've kind of taken that, and it's kind of helped me in the gym. Definitely, I have a lot more energy for sure. Because I try to do the opposite, where it's like just proteins, like how you cut down. I just couldn't move any other way. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I got a couple questions in the chat.
Let's get it.
This first one actually is for Dr. T. And it's, if I live in California, do I need a referral from a PCP to see a physical therapist?
Good question. Run into it a lot, actually. A PCP is primary care physician, so like your doctor that you go see. Kind of good and bad thing. So the law, I believe, states officially you can see up to 12 visits or 45 calendar days with a physical therapist without needing one. But to get more than that, you have to have a referral. So it's like a pseudo direct access. I know places like Idaho or Arizona, like you can just go and do whatever you want, really. You don't need a referral as long as you can rationalize it. It's just between you and like insurance about that.
Yeah.
But I would double check to make sure your specific insurance will take direct access therapy. I believe some of them don't, regardless of the state.
Yeah.
I believe some of them will not pay for it unless they have the PCP prescription for it. But technically you can go and see them and it's legal. And you can do that for, again, 12 visits or 45 calendar days, whichever one comes first. That's the technical law.
Interesting.
I think this one is for Dennis, actually. This is from 50. Given your old man knee syndrome and history, with bulking up and knees, what does your cardio workouts consist of nowadays?
Okay, that's a good question.
Good question. That's a good question.
Way to go, man.
That's a great question.
I'm okay with that.
I do have really bad knees. I actually have arthritis in my knees, which sucks. I got at a young age. So actually I do a lot of elliptical. Elliptical is really good for your knees. I suggest everyone use elliptical if you don't like running and stuff like that. It will, like I'm pretty sure Dr. T will agree with me, your joints will last a lot longer. It's a little low impact, and it moves your entire body compared to like riding a bike. The only other thing that I would say that's probably better is like jump roping, but that's still high impact on your knees and your back. So elliptical is definitely what I do.
Looks like we have another one for Dennis. So what is Dennis eating if he's not eating carbs? Sounds kind of bland.
So I actually do get some carb intake through my veggies. So I eat 80 grams of spinach, which is high in fiber, and those are carbs. And then I eat some mixed veggies. It's not as fun as other people's diets, but right now, since I'm cutting,
gotta stick with it.
Yeah, consistency is the most important thing when it comes to like nutrition. Your body loves consistency. So if you can give your body consistency with food, usually your body will react to it very well.
You into smoothies?
So I don't really do smoothies too much.
Particular reason, or you just don't like the texture?
To be honest, I need a bigger blender. So I have a small like one of those like bullet blenders that were popular 5 years ago.
So you gotta get
1, 2, 3 nacho cheese.
Yeah. Like I tried to make
a
smoothie one time, and I put like a lot of spinach in, and that thing just like exploded. So I was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
That's a good
all
point.
right.
Yeah.
What about my better half did bodybuilding for a while and had to do cutting and stuff and talk like that. her thing was, worst case, I got some Taco Bell hot sauce on deck. Did you have like your condiment you would just put on everything knowing that it was like mostly water and stuff, but you could get something? Or did you just like savage through it?
No, so I'm actually a really good chef. So I actually cook. I'm not.
You're still a good chef.
Yeah.
So I don't care what he says.
Yeah, nothing against her cooking with the taco sauce. I can't see. I'm a good chef.
You're good.
But see, like, I cook my food with flavor. Like,
Right.
if I'm going to eat chicken breast every day, I'm going to have different meals. So, like, what I just make? I just made, what did I make? Oh, Cajun chicken. And a lot of these spices you can make and they don't have calories in it.
I was just about, that was going to be the next thing. Was like,
so
how do you
spices
keep
are
that
cool.
salt and whatever?
So, salt actually is not, a lot of people think salt is bad. The thing is, America eats too much salt but doesn't drink enough water. So I drink a gallon and a half of
Gallon
water.
a day,
Oh,
baby!
gallon and a half.
Let's go.
Half.
Yeah,
Alright, we're
just
moving it up
because
the
my salt
challenge.
intake is a little bit higher than a lot of people.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But like I think everyone should be drinking a gallon and a half. First of all, it helps with digestive system. If you want to lose weight,
Drink it.
you being backed up is not going to help.
No, hell no.
Most of your weight does not come from pooping. Actually, I want you guys to know that weight loss does not come from pooping. It comes from breathing out. Actually, so most of your weight is lost through CO2.
Uh-huh.
When you're moving your muscles, when your heart is pumping through, blood going through your lungs.
I learned
And
something new.
yeah, so like I think it
Hey,
says
I measure
80%.
myself pre and post.
I think I used to do that all the time, but I think it's 80% of fat loss is from CO2. Yeah.
All right. I love it. A little nugget for the day. I'm in.
So we got something from Haku Systems. Is it a myth?
Ooh.
Is it a myth that growing up in a place at a higher elevation makes you a more elite athlete as you develop?
A more elite athlete, not necessarily, but you are conditioned to. You're like wearing one of those partial masks that we talked about earlier the whole time.
So your lungs are working a little bit harder than most.
Yeah, they have to work a little bit harder. So training in upper altitudes can get your cardio better, but it's. I guess technically it would be more. I need to double check the facts on that, but I don't think it has that big of an impact on your like muscular intake. I think you burn more, so your cardio might be up, but as far as like muscle development and stuff, I'm pretty sure that's not a thing.
Maybe
but
depending
definitely
on the sport.
Yeah, definitely cardio and stuff, you're up. Like it's just harder to breathe in that elevation. That's like not, that is a real thing. And it makes it, I think your oxygen blood exchange is still fine as long as your lungs can do it appropriately. But yeah, elite athlete, no, but like, do you breathe better? Yeah, probably. But it's more for cardio and lungs, more cardiovascular. You'll be more of an elite cardiovascular athlete.
All right, I got something else. What is everybody's favorite cheat day meal?
Ooh.
Mine is pasta. I love pasta, no matter what. I could have spaghetti for every meal forever, and not bat an eye. So, but that's me.
Yeah, I'm with Dr. T. Pasta, pizza, run it up.
I am like Dennis though. I'm a sucker. My mom loves baking but doesn't like eating it, and so I'm just a glutton. I moved out and lost 5 pounds like 2 weeks. Not doing a damn thing different. Not a thing. Just not grazing over everything. That was tough.
Damn.
Cheat day. What you got?
Cheat day. That's hard. It's probably like the flavor of the month. Like me, I'm a foodie. I love to eat. That's the issue. I love to eat.
I love to eat too.
It could be like Korean barbecue one month. It could be Brazilian steakhouse. Like it could be some Southern food. It could be some good Mexican food. It's kind of just like pick and choose what I'm feeling. And I plan my, like, if I'm having a cheat day, I plan that a month in advance. I love to
You're
eat.
like, you build it up. To
Yeah.
where you're like, all right,
Like, I
my
know I'm
carb
about to
intake
go
is
and have
about to be
some, like-
700 and...
Exactly. Like, I'll look at my day and I'll be like,
There you
okay,
go. Cool.
I'm about to go and have some German food. And I know, like, I'm going to eat this much of calories or probably around this much. So, all right, I'm going to be good until whenever.
Until
I
the
get
inevitable demise. Of
Exactly.
the body.
And it's time.
I might hit some cardio hard that morning.
That's what I do though. Like literally, if I have a cheat day, like the next day, I'm working out.
Dude,
like
good
an
for you
animal.
guys. Good for you guys.
Yeah, no, it's like, all right, cool. That was fun and all, but I gotta get back to work.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Oof.
Yeah, me and him actually went to the new 24-hour fitness over there in Santa Clara.
Shouts out.
Where's
to
that?
El Camino.
In
It used to be
Lawrence?
like by Big Lots kind of
Okay.
area.
All right,
the
got
El
it.
Camino Lounge. Shout out to that 24. That's the best 24 in this area.
Yeah, pretty good, dude.
cool.
Yeah. They had a whole bunch of cool machines. How they even set it up. It's
They
pretty
took
nice.
out half of the cardio machines, were amazing.
Yeah, and no basketball, which I was sad, but
Yeah.
but they made it very nice.
What's your favorite machine in the gym that not every gym has, but when you see it, you're like, all right, this one's for real.
Ooh.
Machine.
Also,
huh?
my favorite one at the high school, because I don't use too many machines. So you guys have more for that. But I do know the one at the Superman press.
Oh,
Y'all remember that?
yeah,
The high
that's
school
a
gym where
good
you like put the
one.
things on the
Oh,
side.
Yeah.
The
Where's
jammer
that at?
rotations, man. I was
those are turnt.
I was hitting
I like
those.
those.
I felt so strong pushing weight on that. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, we gotta bring those back.
So it's how do we explain this to everyone who doesn't know? It's like a
So
cage
yeah.
and it's like a lean, it's like a body bench press, but it like comes up
Yeah.
and it has
So
like
you
things
it's
on
more
the
of an
ends.
incline. It's like an incline press, but you're able to get underneath it. I mean, it's a safer way to do
It's like a push.
like a hang clean squat press too.
Yeah, like an angled
Angle squat
clean
press.
squat
Superman.
press.
Kinda
Anyways, that thing was fuego.
That was
I loved it. Oh, I felt so strong. I would walk in with a lineman too, because I could weirdly do that, but nothing else. It's like I wasn't squatting more than anybody. I was like
But you were like,
mid-level
I could
bench.
put hell
Dog,
of
I was
a
putting
Superman.
weight. I'm telling you, I was 4 stacks, 45s every side. Just
Let's
I had
go.
calves of steel apparently. I was pushing
There you
weight.
go. That's it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think just because recently we went to one that's brand new, and it was like a really cool shrug machine to where the handles you could actually move and adjust. So it's not just like, hey, I got these 2 bars, like good luck, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, my arms are not as long as everybody else's, or you know what I'm saying? They try to do it for the average person or whatever, but I was like, yeah, not for me. It doesn't work. I can't hit the traps like I want to. But this one, it swivels, it goes around. You could do different grips. Yeah, so that's the coolest one. So that's why I say that one. From here on out, every gym should have that cool shrug machine.
I agree. I was gonna say that one.
Yeah, that's
But
good, dude.
if I'm gonna give another one, side delt, like the good side delt
Oh,
raises.
the ones with the little
Yeah.
pads right there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I love those. I have my right wrist has been hurting a little bit. So just having those, I'm like, thank God, and I can overload that safely without hurting myself. So
Yeah, that's a good thing about machines too, because you could. I mean, when you're working out by yourself, you want to try to go heavier with the weight. Definitely.
Yeah, you
machines,
just drop
of
it.
course, yeah. Just like, okay, cool.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So I never have another one. Do you guys prefer working out indoors or outdoors? And that's from Haku again.
I like indoors. I got like mad allergies though, so allergy gang. But, yeah, I gotta say indoors. I just don't.
I'm too pampered now at this point.
Right?
I got AC
Spoiled.
in there.
Yeah.
I'm
It's like-
walking in there. I got TV.
It's like playing basketball indoor. Like I remember one of the first times I played like indoor at a gym or something. I was like, why am I going to the park for?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. I was like, damn. Like I remember playing.
I never blame the wind for my shot. I just miss normally
Straight
now.
up. It's like, oh shit. But yeah, no, definitely that. I would probably say indoors. It was fun though during COVID. I will say it was different. I had to try to find different workouts and do more calisthenics. But it was really cool to do it during COVID. I would go all the way to Campbell, and there's like a creek that has like pull-up bars and parallel bars and like some other like turf areas. So that was cool though. But
Maybe I'm opposite though, because I don't like working out necessarily. I'd rather like play sports for like
Yeah,
my
I can see
workout.
what
So
you're
maybe I could default like I'll just be the opposite and like say outside just because I don't like working out.
yeah.
okay.
And
That
that's
makes
how I
sense.
like it. It's more motivational for me to go out and play a sport for working. So if that counts, yeah, I'll do that. But if I'm just like working out, like I'm gonna sit here and do sprints or do whatever, like
Yeah.
give me AC indoors.
What about you?
So it depends where I'm at actually. If I'm here in the Bay, indoor because the weather be crazy out here.
That's a good call, though.
But if I'm like on vacation somewhere, like in Aruba, Mexico, something like that, man, give me a
Aruba,
nice
Jamaica.
outdoor gym.
Well, I wanna
gym.
take ya.
Like
What's some
Bermuda,
nice weather?
Bahamas.
I don't
Come on,
even
Dirty
like-
Mama.
what's the most famous one? Venice Beach.
Venice Beach.
Like
yeah.
I'd go out work out. Like it's like
Santa-
fun. You
Santa
go
Monica,
you
Venice
go walk
Beach.
down there.
Yeah.
Like people are doing like really cool stuff, and it makes you fit.
Yeah, my brother's over down there. He had a friend that was a top 10 in the nation ranked slackliner. You heard of slackline?
The things you bounce
Crazy
on?
white people, but like it's turned global. Yeah, like the things where
The
it's
bench?
just a big long
Yeah,
like
dude.
strip. It's like this wide.
They get
And people just
done.
stand on it and like do flips.
Oh,
and they sit on
yeah,
it and then
yeah.
like give like the good look and then they do like
Yeah.
a backflip and then they go
I've
like
seen
both
those.
legs and with their body and then they come up again. His friend was like a top 10 ranked in the world
I
or
didn't know
whatever.
there was
Like a
rankings
net
that-
dog. There's rankings for everything now.
There
but
is,
like
it's
yes,
true.
the nastiest slackliner I've ever seen. And they can go out and that's like a full body where it's like gymnastics for
It
the most
is.
part. So it's like pretty cool. But oh yeah, Santa Monica. Go out and hit that beach. I guess that's a good way to put it.
Shout out to gymnastic people too, because they're the original calisthenics.
Dude,
they
OG.
got that shit snatched from them.
One of I had an opportunity to kind of at one point I didn't know what I was going to be in life, so I was kind of like going through maybe I want to be an athletic trainer. It seems like they're kind of cool, and then I realized that like they carry water a lot of time. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that. But while I was doing that, I had the opportunity to have a really good friend of mine who's she did like head athletic training for like USA Rugby. She went to Berkeley, got her master's in like Hawaii Manoa. Works for a big company now, and so she actually was one of the people who got to go be one of the the Olympic juniors. I want to say it was like under 16, but at the Santa Clara Convention Center. They had a big old thing, and I got to go there, and I could shadow. I was like, help taping up ankles and like getting ice and stuff, like doing little things. I didn't really know. I think I was still like, I had been like 20, 21 years old or whatever. So I was still like an undergrad, still getting my stuff figured out. And I had the opportunity to go do it. And these little like 12-year-old, 13-year-olds, animals. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like they would come in and be like, well, is it broken? And I'm like, well, you walked here. And then I like looked at the athletic trainer and she was like, it still might be broken. I was like, what? And so we had these people that would come in and just be like, yeah, tape it. I got to go like do a triple backflip. And I was like, you can do what? But these kids, and they're just like 12 and 13. These kids like just like little Zac Efron rolling around. It's like, what is wrong with these guys? But they're animals.
They're
Like,
hella strong.
The
too.
women too, like all of them. One of the best athletes that I've ever seen. Maybe not ever seen, but one of like the most surprising athletes was a girl I went to like middle school with and went to high school, and she ended up being just nasty at track, but she was like a high ranked gymnast and then had like a back problem, so she's like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go be really good at everything else.
Yeah,
just absolute.
That's what
monsters.
my sister said. We were gonna put my niece into gymnastics, but they said that later on she's like really bad back problems and stuff like that, and so we kind of didn't go that route.
So I got one for Dennis because he's been dieting and everything. But if you were to go to a cookout this weekend, what foods would you eat to still be able to eat the food that they have, or do you bring your own food?
So that's just the worst, like trying to eat out, especially when you're on a strict diet. Because I weigh everything. I weigh everything I eat. Literally, I have a little scale in my kitchen. I literally weigh it out. So like cookouts and things like that, parties and stuff, like usually sucks. I'd be just drinking water. If I know I'm gonna have like,
So you really buckle down.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Consistency is
are
most
amazing.
important. Like if you find an excuse every time to get off your plan, like a party or whatever the case is, you're not going to get the results you want. It's like anything in the world, anything you're working hard towards. If you find an excuse to not do that, you're
gonna get there.
Yeah, you're not going to get where you want. So yeah, a lot of parties and stuff like that, I truly, sadly, I don't eat unless they're giving out like green beans and like chicken breasts.
Is that 80 grams of spinach sitting right
yeah.
there? Oh my God.
Y'all weighed it out for me? Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
No lie, I remember I went out with my friends Muhammad, who might see some other time, but I took my scale to where did we go? Chipotle. and I just ordered chicken and lettuce, and I weighed out both of them right in front of him. But yeah, it's dedication.
I don't know what I would do if I think I would be more like amazed. Like this, I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
That's funny because somebody just asked if you have a travel scale, and I think you just answered that.
I do. I don't have a travel scale, but it's a
could.
small scale.
He could,
but small enough.
Yeah, it's a like medium-sized scale that I use at home, but I can take it with me. I put it in my backpack.
Like with a fanny pack.
No, I just throw it in my backpack. I put it in my backpack and just.
I want to see Dennis with like a full like fanny pack
full
and just be like,
slip
hold on, zoom, and just start measuring stuff.
Like, okay, all right, let's move
I'm
that
in.
there.
Is there a possible way for you to even prep for going like out drinking at a party, or is that like pretty like you just got to take the hit if that happens? And
For drinking at a party, like if I want to go and drink.
yeah, like is there a way to be like, all right, I'm gonna in like 2 weeks, I'm having a bender.
So alcohol doesn't have carbs in it. Either does Diet Coke. So if you want to make a little,
So you're hitting
drink,
diet Jack and
You'll be
Cokes the whole
Diet
night.
Coke.
yeah, like you can have that. I mean, it's still not gonna be great for you. Like you're still gonna be feeling the next day.
Yeah.
Because your body doesn't have
Yeah,
carbs in it.
especially exactly.
Hey, if I'm hitting a diet Coke and Jack, like I'm not meant to feel good the next day, anyways. You know.
I mean, I personally don't really like Coke. Like if I'm gonna drink soda, I'm gonna be having like a Sprite or like an orange soda,
that's
like
fair.
something
That's
better.
fair.
I think Coke's overrated, but that's just me. So Diet Coke and Coke are very similar to me. I'm just like, whatever. They're there for.
Not worth it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tequila's the way to go for the lowest calories.
I have been told, I have like very particular a side of my family that's like, you can't drink Jack and Coke. It like masks or like really takes out the flavor of the whiskey, and you should only do it with bad whiskey. So if you're gonna have good whiskey, like you should put it with a ginger ale.
Oh, ginger ale.
And I didn't know that was a thing until I got like shunned.
Did you do that?
Jack
Jack
and
and Coke. They were like,
Or no, they had good whiskey. I was like, oh, I can put that in Coke. Like they had like some kind of reserve whiskey.
That
I was
makes
like,
sense.
oh yeah,
though.
like that'd be good with Coke because I can't
all-
drink regular whiskey. But I was like, oh, I could. I'm just like, it's not really enjoyable for me to just drink whiskey unless I have it with something else.
Yeah,
like
that makes sense. Yeah, I get it.
like ginger ale or something with it. And they were like, excuse me?
I bet. Yeah, because even like scotches too. People are like that scotches. You're supposed to just sip
Drink
on
it,
it on
yeah.
rocks,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Alright.
Depends if you
I
like
can
that
feel
thing.
it though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool because especially you get a lot of, flavors from it too and stuff like that.
I
I'm
do
not a big
hate
whiskey
being hungover so much that I probably wouldn't hit that bender anyways. But like, all right, good to know.
I mean, I just like,
I hate myself anyway.
yeah.
guy. Yeah, I always say, I don't eat for taste. I eat for results. It's when I kind of have to eat something that I really just don't want to. Just think of it like that. Just.
Oh, so I have 50 in the chat right now. He asked if tofu is a part of your diet at all. Question for anyone dieting.
I've tried tofu. I couldn't get into it. I just couldn't. I think it's the texture thing for me.
It's tough to like. I tried doing that. I actually went vegetarian for 6 months just because my mom said I couldn't, because that's what I do apparently. And so I kind of hit that and lost a bunch of weight actually.
Nice.
But tofu's tough, man. Just even prepping it, cooking it, like you have
There's
to go
some-
in with it. You can't just be like, well, I'm gonna add tofu to this. Like, you have to have a plan for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chicken Beyond Meat is pretty good. Chicken version. I didn't like the beef. The beef was just, I could just tell it's not it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Tofu, I don't know. Like you're saying, the texture is like
gets
interesting.
me.
I've had good tofu. Don't get me wrong. I've just never cooked good tofu.
Nah,
I feel like-
that's different.
Yeah, I just feel like it never comes out the way I want it, and I'm just not a fan of
Yeah,
it.
it's tough. That's why I rather do just ground turkey.
And usually the way any of the good tofu that I've had has been like, we made a tofu parmesan in which you're breading it anyways. So why have why would you do that? Why don't you just get like a grilled chicken or something? But yeah, I just haven't been able to. I guess put it in soups or something like.
Yeah.
But why am I?
Yeah, like miso soup has
Why
tofu
put it
in
in?
it, doesn't
Why
it?
put it in soup?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Miso soup doesn't
Does
have
it?
tofu. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But like.
I could see that though in a soup. It kind of makes. I mean.
But like just
maybe
like
a bit better.
frying, but there's a bunch of different types. There's like firm tofu. There's like soft tofu. There's
I guess I usually try the soft.
the softer ones. From what I've seen, I think you're supposed to like take a fork and like try to mash it, and then you put it in with stir fry and things like that. And so I think that's kind of the way you put it with eggs and you put it with
Nah, that's what
rice
you're
and
saying.
stuff. And I think that's kind of how you get into it. But I could 100% be wrong, and someone correct me. I won't be embarrassed. But that's where I've kind of seen that. Other than that, like the firm tofu is like you gotta like slices and you gotta cook it in like chili oil. You gotta cook it in something and hope you gotta cook it long enough so it absorbs it.
Yeah.
From any of my very small experience, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You mentioned. Oh, sorry. No, I was just gonna say he mentioned eggs, and I was like, oh, eggs. So everyone, like, you always see these memes that people are like tired of eating chicken and rice every day. I'm tired of eating eggs. I cannot, like, at this point, I'm like, I've changed up my eggs so many times. I'm just like sick and tired of it. Like, I'll eat chicken and rice and be fine. Eggs in the morning, I'm like dreading. I'm like, oh, fucking eggs.
So is there? I used to do every once in a while. I used to just start hitting smoothies for like lunch because I'd hit ramen for lunch every day, and I get hungry by like 4, and I was like, no, I can't do that. So I'd have like a smoothie, and I'd just throw an egg in, like a raw egg in it.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between nutritionally what you get out of it if you just drop like a raw egg in a smoothie, or if you cook it and eat it, or is it like pretty?
It's pretty much the same. All you're doing is for eggs, you're changing the makeup of the proteins
Changing
in
the
it.
chains, yeah.
Yeah. But it's pretty much the same from what I know. I could be wrong, but from what I know, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Compared to like other proteins where you're like taking water from it.
Cooking it out. Okay. That's good.
I do raw eggs in my protein shakes for sure.
It makes it frothier. I like the texture better.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really care that there was an egg in it, but it
well,
it made it thicker.
Yeah,
Has some
for
protein
my
in it.
Mexican
Yeah,
culture,
might as well.
they call it licuado, so I've been having that ever since I was a little kid. Licuado, if like you got to get breakfast in the morning, but my mom didn't want to cook or didn't have enough time to cook and take us all to school. It was just like, look,
Here you
there's
go,
eggs
bud.
in here, there's bananas, there's like there's everything you
Figure
need
it
to get
out.
you. Yeah. So I actually kind of still stick to that.
Ooh, that might be.
I do two bananas.
love
Eggs, and then I put in some oats. And then ice and whoop it up. Oh, I put a little bit of Nesquik chocolate.
Nesquik.
Slipping in the kitchen.
That might be one of my like cheat ones. Would be chilaquiles.
Oof, that's a cheat. Oof, that's yeah.
I know.
That's a good
So it's
one, too.
you know
But
what
it's pretty
chilaquiles
good.
is?
Mhm.
It's basically like it's
refried.
literally refried tortilla
With
and like eggs and
onions,
salsa
yeah,
and
you put whatever you
definitely
want
have
to.
that.
Yeah, like a scramble. Oh, so good.
So
But it's
fire.
like not
ultimate
good for
cheat
you.
day. Yeah,
it's
awful for you. Cheese on them.
That's the thing about Mexican food. It's like Mexican food just has so much in it that it's just like, yeah, it's probably not good for me right now. I shouldn't be eating all this, but it tastes so good.
See that?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So that's the thing about Mexican food and like Southern food or like
Uh-huh.
African food. The reason why it has a whole bunch of carbs is we're used to being in hot areas where we're often working outside, so we're burning up all those carbs.
Yeah, I
Now
can see that,
nowadays,
yeah.
people like
Nah,
we
it's
chilling
opposite.
inside, so
Not as
and we're
much.
still eating the same foods.
Yeah, and I was thinking too, because it's from like where your land is. You know what I'm saying? If your whole land is just full of carbs, like you're gonna eat all the carbs. So it's like, yeah, that's what we're raised on. Especially like coming from like for Mexico being a poor country, they use everything from the lard to the whole head of the pig and the cow. They'll eat the eyes, the cabeza's the head, the brain, like eat everything. So
The tongue.
yeah, tongue. Yeah, I actually like the tongue. Tongue's like
Lengua.
I like
Yeah.
lengua.
I
Lengua's
like.
Lengua's
Hey,
pretty
you get a
good.
good lengua burrito though.
It's cool.
There's
yeah.
one.
Tripas is
Cheapest?
fire.
Is that good? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I think
I like all the weird meats. Give me
Me
them.
too.
I'm in.
I got a few things right here. So the first one is that we got to have a pull-up challenge for the guest next time. So
Yeah,
it's
for
a
the
good
guests.
suggestion. We'll have like
I'll count.
a record holder for the guest that does the most pull-ups.
Oh man.
But something else was somebody said you could air fry tofu. I've had that
Oh,
before.
what?
That's actually pretty good.
Is
yeah.
it? That's,
Yeah.
that's
It's like a
no
good
different.
sauce.
Fry
with it.
everything
Okay.
though, man.
Yeah, you can
Right.
fry everything.
See, I got one.
I'm in. I
But that's a
support
good
that.
way to
My
make
sister
it
got
like like it works. Like, because I really don't like tofu a lot. Like when it's in miso soup,
to use the oil
it's like
and
kind of
stuff,
slimy.
like-
but like throw it in a air fryer is great.
Yeah, throw some sauce on it. You're good.
But then
cool.
somebody said, "Is it okay to drink raw eggs like Rocky?" And then the next person said, "Will you get sick from eating raw eggs?" And then the next person said, "Is that a salmonella concern?" So I think the whole chat would love to know.
Oh, man.
I am no doctor, but if I'm suggesting, I think you actually can eat raw eggs. I'm not saying that you should eat raw eggs. There's a lot of things you shouldn't do, but I think you can eat raw eggs and be fine. They were just talking about
There's like a limit to it. You don't want to eat a bunch of it. It's like eating. It's kind of like the raw cookie dough thing.
Yeah.
You can. Don't have an entire bucket. Like.
Yeah.
Careful about eating like 6 eggs in a glass. Like I wouldn't do that, but like a couple, like it's not gonna hurt you. But yeah, trying to have like 10 raw eggs in the morning might not be.
No.
You'll probably
might
throw
not
it
be
up
the
before
move.
you might throw up the raw eggs before you like actually cause harm to yourself.
Yeah, I
to be
put 3.
honest.
I put 3 in my protein shake, and I've done that. I put 3 in my protein shake for about. I mean, how old am I now? 33. So I'm doing okay. I haven't got
3?
sick. Huh? 33.
No, you do 3
eggs.
Yeah. You might as well fry them up at that.
I just throw it in. It's quick. Like that's my midday. Like I get all my. That's what I do.
It makes it frothy. I'm down with the egg texture.
I do 3.
in
My
the
2
smoothies.
bananas. My 2 bananas, oats, everything. That's my whole big meal for the lunchtime after I work out. That's
I
my
remember
post-meal.
I went to a bar one time and they had like egg white in the drink.
It's a New York sour.
I wish I would have been on my dentist and brought like
I think any
a scale
sour,
to see
right?
how much protein is in this thing.
Egg whites have
Just
all
the
the
foam.
protein.
Just the foam.
Egg whites have all the protein.
Somebody also had a surprise response to Timo. That's a quarter container of eggs.
Hey man, look at. I eat for results.
Not if you
That's
get
what
your
it
eggs
is.
from Costco.
Nah.
By the bulk. No.
Right, true. They got like the powder.
I buy everything by the bulk.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Dude's getting the 60 from Costco for like $2.50.
Easily. I go through eggs like no other. Eggs, ground turkey.
Household in the crisis for eggs.
That's it. You know.
Hey, I was hitting the 36. I was probably having a few eggs a day at that point. Because I would have 1 or 2 eggs
Raw?
in my ramen. No.
See,
I might have 1 or 2 raw.
I feel good. If it works for me, it works for me.
That's fair.
Hey, move
You know
this
what I'm saying?
lube.
I would throw them in my smoothies though. I'm into that. I would have like a layer of spinach, and I put like a couple ice cubes in there. Put some like fruit and stuff in there, and I just throw like maybe even like Greek yogurt is in there.
Yeah.
And I throw like an egg in there and be like, let's make it frothy.
Yeah. Cause I guess I could say I use most of the egg white. Not all like.
Well, then somebody also said,
Not all.
kind of confused. So you have the 3 eggs, and then you top it off with some Nesquik.
3 eggs, Nesquik. Okay. I'll tell you the whole recipe. The Timo protein recipe is
I'll write this down.
oat milk. You get oat milk, 2 bananas, half a cup of oat grain, and then I got the Nesquik in there, ice, and the egg. I think, right? Am I missing anything? That's it. Yeah. Boom. Hey man, that's what I was being fed ever since I was a kid, so it works.
Hey, if it works for you.
If it works for me.
But
man.
I do have another question. Is carb cycling a good way to lose weight?
I don't know what that means.
So I'm guessing he's talking about where, and I'm guessing, are they talking about weekly carb cycling, monthly, like?
Yeah, because there's a different way.
So
to do
if
carb
he's doing
cycling.
like weekly, where it's like,
Say weekly, yeah.
where it's like 3 days of straight carbs and maybe 100 grams of carbs, and then 3 days after that of no carbs, it's good because what you can do is, I'm forgetting the actual term, but you kind of like trick your body into getting all this like energy, and then it uses all that energy and you lose a lot of weight, but it's probably not sustainable.
Yeah.
Is that like a
You have to sleep
keto
consistently.
thing? Because ketosis is what keto tries to get you in, puts you in a constant
Yeah.
state of, but that's also not super great all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like that, or is it a different?
Kind of, because ketosis, I think you need a week of not carbs. I think it's like 4 days or 5 days.
Yeah, 6
Yeah.
days to go with ketosis.
I've done that. I did a little carb cycling.
Start getting the shakes.
Oh, you start getting shakes?
No, I'm saying like no. Some people do like doing ketosis. Like towards the end of the 6th day, they can get like the shakes a little bit and stuff. Like that. Can be slightly dangerous.
Yeah. Don't do it if you have heart problems.
That's not the eggs I'm eating. Okay, bro.
I mean, don't do keto at all unless you talk to a doctor.
Good job,
bro.
There's a lot of things you shouldn't do at all
Yeah,
before you talk to a
dude.
doctor. But keto is one of those things.
Yeah, because
keto's not for everyone.
Yeah, you definitely gotta know. The mic's.
Yeah.
Sir.
Interesting. Hashtag it depends. Good.
Yeah.
Hashtag it depends. It really
Hashtag
does.
talk to your doctor.
Good job.
Hashtag yes.
Make an appointment for your PCP
Yes.
now.
To answer the question, is it good or bad? It's good, but not sustainable.
Yeah,
It's a good change up or whatever.
Endurance
Is that what
athletes
you're-
do that too before big marathons. They'll carb load, kind of in a cycle kind of thing.
Oh, my life is a constant marathon.
It's carbon
Yeah, so
up
there's
for
the
your
carb
marathon.
loading, and they cycle it out too, just kind of the same way.
What are your guys' thoughts on intermittent fasting?
It's great.
It works.
It works. I mean, I'm
Do
doing
you have
okay.
like some experience?
Yes, I've done intermittent fasting plenty of times in my life. One thing that does not just obviously like cut off, it helps you be mindful of what you're eating. A lot of times people, when they don't have a diet plan, they kind of just eat whenever and wherever. When you're intermittent fasting, you know, okay, my first meal is going to be at 12. I'm going to make this count. You know, you're going to want to get like protein, carbs, or whatever the case is. And if your last meal is at 8 p.m. or at 7:30 or something like that, you're going to be mindful of what you're eating as well. Even if you're eating desserts and stuff, you're like, oh shit, or oh shoot, maybe I don't want to eat this cake right now, you know? Maybe I want to have a protein shake and some stuff because I just finished a workout. Compared to if you're not in fasting, you're not really mindful of the food. So like at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m., I mean 10 a.m., who cares? You're having chips or something like that because you're watching the show and you're not really thinking of what you're eating. So
That's fair.
yeah.
Yeah, my work schedule for so long was kind of where I was just kind of doing intermittent fasting, so I only had a certain amount of time to eat, so I would kind of do it that way, and then that's when the whole idea was presented, and a lot of people started doing it. I was like, oh shit, I kind of already do that. You know? I was like, but yeah, definitely. During that time, I was probably my leanest. I mean, I have more time now to eat, and I've been trying to eat more because I'm just trying to get a little bit bigger now at this point because I cut down so much, so I'm kind of stuck at where I'm at. But
It's
to
weird
get
that
strong.
we've kind of hit the 3 square meals a day thing as like what you're supposed to do, because that's not like a regular. From anything that I've also read too was like you should eat every 4 hours type of thing, like while you're awake obviously, and then you're sleeping and stuff. So like 8 a.m., 12 p.m., 4, 8, like if you get that consistency, because correct me if I'm wrong, but it's more of your body knows when to expect food, so it doesn't hoard it. And if it doesn't know when it's getting its next meal, it's going to be like, well, let's keep all of this inside so that in case I starve, I can have something.
Yeah.
And so the whole idea between intermittent fasting is getting your body on a schedule so that you do this, and your body's like, well, I'm going to get food here eventually, and you got to get onto the schedule. So it takes a little bit to start it. So don't let like immediate results deter you from a diet. Like your body's got to get into a system.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
that's how everything works.
Yeah.
Sleeping, everything has to get into a system. You can't just start sleeping at 7 p.m. just because you decided that's going to be good for you. Like that's not how it works.
It takes about 3 weeks to make it a habit.
Yeah, so same thing with dieting, same thing with, so that's what I was always taught, because I was always like, you know what, I can't stay, or I didn't like staying on a diet too much, that's just me, whatever. But I would be like, you know what, if I'm going to do this and kind of eat a little bit of what I kind of want, let's at least eat it more of a certain areas. And so I would try to get like, I started eating breakfast, and I started like having like a smaller lunch, and then having like a little snack, and then making a late dinner, something like that, to get my body like acclimated or something like that, and that kind of helped me out. But is that kind of lead off of that? If
No. I agree with what Dr. T is saying. Is like I was saying before, consistency. Your body is very intelligent, smarter than you are. If you know there's like multiple things your body doesn't let you do. One of them is breathing. Your body breathes on its own. Pumping blood through your body, that's another thing.
Yeah.
But your diet, your body's very smart. If your body knows that you never eat breakfast, then your body's probably going to keep a lot of carbs that you've taken at nighttime because it's not going to have energy for until 12 p.m. So those are things you want to do. I eat 5 meals a day. So
Legend.
they're all small. I mean, they're not all small meals. I have a couple big meals in the middle of the day, but like I eat 5 meals a day. There's people that eat 6 meals a day. There's people that eat 2 meals a day.
Yeah.
It just depending on how your body works. If your body can do something, it will, or if you want your body to do something, it will adapt to what you want it to do.
Yeah, I definitely don't eat in the morning. That's like me. I just can't eat in the morning. But I do go to the gym in the morning, so.
So that's actually a great lead into the next question, which is fact or cap? Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
It's important to get your body going because it's the easiest one to get your body used to.
Yeah.
Because once you reset kind of your sleep cycle and all that, once you get into a cycle, like that's usually when you're going to wake up for the most part, and it's getting your body ready for something. What you eat for breakfast is almost a little more important than actually eating breakfast. Things that I've heard about are less sweets and breads and stuff, and more like protein, because that'll get your body burning through it quicker instead of all the fats and sugar. It'll hold it a little bit longer, but it's better than nothing. You know, having like a slice of toast or something at least to get your body going. Maybe throw some peanut butter on that thing. Do something. But I do know that like protein, having like bacon and eggs or something in the morning is way like more beneficial than having like, obviously donut's a bad example. Most things are better than a donut, but like even having like cereal with like Cinnamon Toast Crunch or something, like you get that sweet sugary, it's definitely not as good for you to get that, but it is better than nothing to get your body ready. Like I'm getting at least something. Start burning this at night, just like you were just talking about was, you know, if you don't have breakfast in the morning, it's going to hold on to whatever you eat at night. That midnight snack is now just stuck.
No, that's what I do. I eat big before I go to sleep because literally when I get up in the morning, I have so much energy for the gym. Because I'll go and play for like an hour and a half of basketball, so I'm able to burn all that out. Because I already know I set it up that way because I'm like,
right,
I'm not gonna eat.
You get up and go. You get
Exactly.
up and get up and work out.
Exactly.
Like,
Most people don't.
No, that's what I'm
I
saying.
can't work out in the morning to save my life.
Yeah,
I can't.
So yeah, I kind of set myself up because I know because I can feel it. I was like, if I don't eat something like a lot of carbs or something, just I won't have enough energy in the morning, and I really just don't want to eat in the morning because usually what happens is like I guess we were talking about it. It's like, you know, once you get up, you kind of eat, and then you kind of go to the gym. You kind of have to go number 2. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna go and do all that. So I just cut it off.
Mobility increases motility.
Yeah.
Get up and walk around.
Yeah.
Facts.
You get to go through your day.
That's
Mobility
a-
increases motility.
Yeah.
It is.
But yeah, what do you do for breakfast, or what is your kind of take on that?
I agree kind of with the statement, just like you're saying, like breakfast is important. I mean, if you don't plan to eat breakfast, then obviously it's not going to be that important. But I think it depends on how busy your morning is. If you're doing stuff where you have to think a lot, where you're moving around a lot, then it's definitely good to get like some sort of nutrients in it.
True.
And just like you're saying, protein and fats are going to do a lot for especially your brain, where that's going to be super active in the morning, especially if you're sitting on a Zoom call or writing on a spreadsheet or something like that. You want to get that going. So it kind of depends on how active you are. If you're more active at nighttime, kind of then base your food off of that. Like I would then eat in the afternoon, so you're going to be having that food help you guide you into the nighttime where you're going to be more active.
That's fair. Like if you're doing intermittent fasting and you're eating from 12 to 7, or you're eating within those hours, those 8 hours, I guess you can't really have it. So that would make sense.
Yeah.
But it's if you can, then you
I
should.
definitely suggest having breakfast though.
Yeah. Nice.
You said that you were sick of eggs. What have you found, though, that is your favorite egg recipe? Like, what's the one thing that's like, okay, let me at least make this and make it bearable?
Is Dennis making some eggs Benny over there?
So, like when it comes to eggs, I'm pretty simple. Like recipes, like I get really creative, but like when it comes to eggs, I'm just trying to get it over with at that point. Like I've been literally eating eggs probably for the last every morning.
Are you over easy?
So I'm done with scrambled right now.
I don't like scrambled.
No, I love scrambled, but see, I eat 2 eggs and I eat half a cup of white egg, or not white egg white. So I mix it in with my eggs. So if you guys know, like egg white has like no flavor pretty much to it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna make scrambled eggs like taste like
No.
nothing. Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of like fried egg, putting me sunny side up,
There you go.
which is like just easier to eat and
Quick and easy.
yeah. So I usually mix in like 80 grams of spinach. I'll just put it on top and like cook it after that, and then I get two slices of bacon. That's what I'm looking forward to. I eat 2 slices of bacon every morning.
You're like, yeah.
But yeah.
I can never get into the cooked spinach. This is gross to me. I can't.
That's all right. I like cooked.
It doesn't have too much flavor
kale.
to it as
yeah,
well.
cooked kale, same thing too.
Yeah, I just mix in a bunch of spices.
I'm really excited to get a. We need
You
to
gotta
get
eat-
a Dennis cookbook. I only want that just so we can have the very first recipe be Denny's Eggs Benny. I just want that. So no other reason than for that.
The second one has to be a guest recipe, and it has to be the egg Nesquik.
The Timo.
the Timo
breakfast
triple
builder.
threat. The triple
No,
threat.
what did they used to call the one at Denny's? The Grand Slam? The Timo
The Grand Slam. You should,
Yeah,
it should be the Three Amigos.
The three amigos.
Timo Slam smoothie.
The Timo Slam smoothie. There you go. That's all you need. I'm telling
Man,
you.
I'm in.
What's the kind of eggs that they make the eggs Benedict? What is it
Poached.
called?
Push, yeah.
Poached. I was watching the other day. I got caught in this TikTok, and he was like taking fresh seafood, like crab and everything, and he had it. It was like almost like a liquid consistency. I forgot what he did, but he injected the seafood meat into the egg, then did it in the pot to boil it to serve, like on like some kind of bread or something. But that looked lit.
I'm in. That's Denny's Eggs Benny.
Denny's Eggs Benny.
Somebody said that we need the Dennis cooking show.
Yeah.
I agree with that one. Dennis
You know what?
is.
Maybe. I just hate cleaning up, so I'm going to have to clean up after.
And we're gonna have the butters tutorial for cleanup.
There you go.
Volunteer.
On the Live It, Love It, Life It.
Live a beloved life at wax on, wax off.
Now, I do got something I have to ask. I have to ask all the guests this.
Yeah.
So, at the end of July, these two are running a 5K, and the
3.
people want to know: are you jumping in, running the pain
Hell
and
no.
5K?
Hell no, I hate cardio.
You can say no.
I hate I'll drive it. I will ride it
Drive the
in a
3.1
bike.
miles.
I hate cardio.
We'll just walk. We'll just walk it.
I wanna.
Maybe I may
carry,
come in and walk it with you
I
guys.
want to carry a 6-pack of the beers that you guys on the 28th Street.
Yeah, 28th
That
Street.
you guys do, and I'll just throughout the 5K. I got like however long. I don't know, 30 minutes, probably more than that. I got like 45 minutes to sample and like give my take on these beers.
Well, you gotta remember too that at the end of this month, for actually next episode, Butters said he was supposed to lose 5 pounds.
I'm in. I'll gain it for you with those
So
beers,
it's
baby.
already coming up on a month, and I don't think he lost the 5 pounds. So
Well, has he
Maybe
gained
we
weight?
try-
because then he has to lose that weight as well.
that's
Because
pretty
that's
good.
cheating then.
He just said
Absolutely
that he was
negative.
kind of somewhere around 200 again.
So if he's
something
like
that.
205, then he has to go to 195.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah. He owes me dinner at this point. We already know it. That's for sure. Yeah,
I'm in.
Yep. That's my cheat day. Is whatever we decide to go that day.
So
And
Dennis is out.
Dennis is out, but he'll be
You
there
know
for
what?
the 5K.
Are you guys going to be walking it?
Yeah, we're walking.
I'm
I'm not
probably
gonna be
gonna be walking
sprinting.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I thought you guys were planning on jogging it.
No. See, like, no.
Hey.
I want to
Maybe.
enjoy the.
I might get
5K.
like a little pep in my step for a
It's in San
second or
Francisco.
two, but
It's in San
I'll
Francisco on a
regret it
Sunday.
in like
When is it?
quarter mile.
July 26th or 24th is the.
I got to check my calendar. I'll get
But
back to you.
we're trying to get it going.
I might get a pep in my step for like a quarter mile and be
Yeah.
like, this is a bad idea. And
We
then
just
walk
do a
the
little
rest of
pep
it.
in the
It's
step, a
fine.
little glide in the stride. You know
Little
what I'm
guy in the
saying?
stride.
And then
I just
we'll-
want to hit like sub 45, I guess, maybe.
There you go.
Might
That'd
be
be
speed
cool.
walking.
That'd be right. Yeah, I definitely because I want to do more of an intense one. Like
I'll start
in September.
drafting behind people.
I'm gonna run the big basin.
and
Be up in there.
slingshot them.
Be big basin.
Big basin marathon.
Why don't you jog Mission Peak? You know,
It's gonna be hot. I always hear like it'd be hella
Mission
hot
Peak's
over there.
tough.
so it's
I heard
crazy.
that. I
Me and
don't
my
know.
boy Sammy actually used to jog it back in.
Sammy B?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my guy.
Hey, shout out
Shout out
Sammy.
to Sammy. That's my guy.
Heck yeah.
Me and him used to jog Mission Peak, which is wild that I say it now because I don't even want to walk that
That's where you
thing.
got all the arthritis.
Mission Peak is tough.
It is.
Like,
The incline?
like,
Just crazy incline.
just, it's the incline, it's the loose gravel. Like, it's tough
towards
to
the
run.
top, yeah.
Yeah, it's just tough to run because it's people don't realize how much of a factor the ground that you're on, like, deals with your running.
You
You,
really
lose
want-
so much
I
ground.
don't
back
care.
there.
The best place you gotta go if you really want to run, you gotta go to Summit Point. That's the one right there.
Point. Where is that?
The one where you have to run up the thing. Coach used to take us.
Oh yeah. By
Up
that-
that dirt field. No, I'm just kidding. But that was
No,
that's
Mission
the one thing I
Peak.
read. Mission.
Mission
That's
Peak's
around
tough.
big ass mountain. I was
Has,
just-
Peak
has
stuff.
anyone done Mission Peak? Any of you guys done?
I've done Mission Peak.
Nah,
I know you. I've
Back-
taken you
back
to
in
do
the
Mission
day.
Peak.
Not
You're
recently.
dying.
Of course he was
That
dying.
one I was doing it consistently.
Oh yeah, I used to seriously do it every Friday. I remember that.
Every
That's
Friday.
savage.
Yeah, and I would jog it. I used to be in good ass shape back in like high school. I mean, a lot of
Yeah,
people were.
exactly.
Fastest you did Mission Peak.
Like 20 minutes.
Jesus.
20 minutes?
Yeah,
All
I got to the
top?
top. Me and Sammy jogged it.
No way.
Yeah,
20 minutes
like
from the
literally
bottom to
20
the top,
minutes,
that's
yeah.
bullshit.
No, I swear, ask
That's
Sammy.
bullshit.
Go ahead,
I
ask
call
Sammy.
Cap, dog. I call Cap.
You can call Cap all you
That's
want.
the fastest
I don't
video
need to
was
lie.
like- was like 55 minutes.
What?
We t-
Yours?
the walking,
Yeah.
you can get up there walking in
Jogging
55
it,
minutes.
Jogging it.
The chat is saying we need a Dennis versus Butters Mission Peak.
No!
Oh.
That's what they were saying.
Hey, you gotta give the people what they want.
No.
You guys
hold
can
on.
both walk it.
I don't
I
even
can
need
see
to
the win
be
to the
there.
end.
How about a 10-minute lead?
There's no.
Ooh, 10-minute
How about a
lead.
10-minute lead?
No, you said 20
Spicy.
minutes.
No, I didn't say 20. When did I say 20?
No, he
I
said 10
10-minute
But you said you
lead.
could do it in 20 minutes.
When he was in
high
high
school.
school.
Oh. You can't do 20
We
He's
were
got
just
old man
talking-
needs
We
now.
were
Yeah.
talking about his old man
Bro, I
Ten-
don't
knee
even think
syndrome.
It'd probably take me an hour and a half to do it, bro. To be honest.
I have not done it in like, I don't know.
He hates
6, 7
cardio.
years.
He hates
I literally
We all
cardio.
hate
I
cardio.
Just for the record. Well, everyone was talking about Mission Peak. But said to himself right here by I'm sorry, I'm putting out of myself. He said I was PRing that every time.
For the record, every time I changed, the fastest I got was like
5506.
Yeah.
5504, baby.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Dude, look at the distance from Mission. Like how far.
Nah,
it is,
some people
bro.
take like an hour and a half to get up.
Yeah,
No.
it's tough.
Yeah. When I,
It's if you walk it, it's an hour and a half.
yeah.
Like walking, hour
Probably.
and a half to maybe closer to.
It's
Oh yeah.
Are there any
Casual.
wild animals on Mission Peak?
Like snakes.
cows.
Nah.
Not
Cows.
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 Just cows.
Cows.
Yeah. And they're, I guess they're not really wild though, but there's cows.
Nah, I had a patient who broke his ankle running away from a cow.
I mean, they don't like people, but
Yeah.
For real?
Like that, yeah.
That's
True
like-
story. True
That's
story.
wild.
Oh, that guy was.
Probably running up Mission Peak.
I love that
like
guy
an
too,
idiot.
10-minute lead.
Dude, I love that guy.
That's me.
But yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, but yeah, I'm gonna do big basin in September. That's gonna be one. Attach the GoPro around me. I'm out. I'm out. I've been
I just
running-
want to.
I've been
I just
running
want the
every day.
GoPro.
I've been turned up.
I just want to listen to the GoPro. The differences between Dennis. Just have his GoPro on and then have Butters GoPro on, and just like
the wobbling of him trying to just walk.
it's just gonna be.
Dennis is just straight.
You're just gonna hear wind.
Perfect form.
And then you're just gonna hear breathing. You're like, is that wind? No, it's not wind. It's just Butters. And it's gonna be great. I mean, that'd be me too.
He'll be cussing
100%
out.
that'd
He'll
be
be
me
cussing
too.
out all his like.
I'd be walking out. I'd find the
vape
bench, be
pens.
like, yes, another bench. Hell yeah.
It's crazy. There's like 3 benches on Mission Peak, but it's
4.
only is it 4? Oh, my bad.
He knows.
But
Hey,
it's
he was
only in the
PRing
first
every
like.
week.
Oh, if I get a bench once.
I only sat 4 times today.
But it's only in the first like 15 minutes of it, and
Yeah,
after
they
there's no
fool you.
benches. No benches. There's no shade.
There's one really nice one where it's around the corner and it overlooks everything
Yeah.
before. That's a dope bench. I think it's the second one. I could be wrong. It might be the first one.
There's a bench where there's a table, and then there's the first bench right after that
It
table.
was a fake bench.
At least you're more
After
aerodynamic
that-
now.
Shut up.
Maybe it's the
After
third one.
that- There's another one after that. Then there's the third bench, and the fourth bench is right before you have to climb the rocks.
We need a Google Maps confirmation of where the benches are. That's what I want. I haven't been there in a while.
You
I
want
need
to do it?
confirmation.
We can do it.
He's,
I got a drone.
he can't
we
even
can
do
use a drone
5
to-
pounds in a
we
month.
can
You
use
think I can do 500 miles? You think I'm gonna do Mission Peak right now?
10 minutes.
10-minute lead.
10 minutes. You're gonna beat me.
I kind of live by there.
10 minutes.
I'll walk
You're
it.
gonna beat me.
10 minutes.
You walk with us.
I'll
about
walk
that,
in
about
and
that?
see and be like,
How
why am I
about
so
if
close
you
to
win?
him?
If you win, something happens. I'll do something if you win. If Dennis
I don't know if I
loses.
wanna fucking breathe. I don't know if I want to breathe all insane though.
You don't want to breathe?
Fool doesn't
Not
want
hard.
to what? So you don't want to die, basically. Is that what you're
I
saying?
wanna die.
Hey, you know what? I don't want to die.
Man.
I don't like this challenge at all. 10-minute lead.
50
no.
says it takes him an hour and a half to 2 hours to go up and down.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's kind of believable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's walking it. You're gonna jog it.
Who says I'm gonna
He's
jog
gonna
it?
jog it. He just said he's gonna catch up to you
I said
just
I'm gonna
walking
beat
at a
you.
nice
You
pace.
probably will. You probably will. I'm
So okay,
a little more
so
fit.
no challenge not accepted.
No, you do it. You do the challenge.
Of 10 minutes? No, it makes much more sense to have you do it.
Why would we make more sense?
Somebody said they hear fear in Butter's voice.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. That's exactly what's happening here.
No, you ain't gonna.
The whole point is because he
Okay,
knows
no,
he'll
reverse-
catch up to
reverse-
you in 10 minutes.
No, go ahead. Let's see. I'll do it. Let me.
What would you want if you won?
I don't even want to do it.
No,
You want 80 grams of spinach? Because he's got 80 grams of spinach for you.
What would you want?
I don't want to do it.
All right. So that
Give
was
me a month.
it. We tried. Give you a month.
Give you a month.
You could have missed like
Give me
5
10.
pounds in a month.
What do you want to do?
You want
like,
on live television?
I can give you 2 months. We can do this in late
2 months.
August.
We do late August. No,
Late
In
August.
End of August.
late September.
God damn. Never mind. It's
That's
not
a whole
happening.
other
It's-
season.
Wait,
Jesus,
isn't
summer
your
just
birthday in
started.
September?
We're going
Early
into winter.
Isn't
Your
your birthday
brother's
in
early
September?
September?
Early September. Yeah.
Isn't your birthday in September? Let's do it on your birthday.
Oh my birthday.
That's in.
Like what, early in the morning, 4:30.
4:30 in the morning.
5?
So no heat, no hot.
No heat, no
It's not
elements.
gonna be that hot in September.
No. Well,
Do you remember? We can do it on 21st night of September.
24th nights of September.
Joseph.
I don't know, man.
Remember, this is the same guy that said he was PRing it every week.
Every-
Like, it was
every-
only
every-
getting better.
Because it was the first time was like 2 hours. After that, 1:45.
To get up or up and
To
down?
get up, 2 hours.
So 2 up.
All right.
2 hours.
First
Hey, at
time
least
I
you,
did it. First
at least
time
you
I
doing
did
it. At least you doing it.
First
I
time I did.
can't remember
First
last time I did.
2 hours.
Mission Peak. That's
1:45,
wild.
1:30. 1:20, 1:10, 55. Fastest. Up.
Jogging?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's 2 paths on Mission Peak. There's
I
a
don't
left
know,
pack
don't
and a
do it.
right pack.
Don't do it.
The right one is
That's death.
super steep,
That's
but
death.
you get up
You're
quicker.
asking. You're asking.
And that was the one that me and Sam used to jog.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
see
So
what
you
you're
get up a
saying.
lot
So
quicker,
okay, so
but
the
it's
other
a
one's
lot
opposite.
harder than the
Oh,
regular
yeah,
one.
right side. Yeah, because you're going like.
Yeah.
If you guys do the challenge with the 10-minute spread, I'll film from Butters going up.
We'll do a full get your
and do
chips
that.
out.
And then somebody have a film of Dennis. I'll do it.
Yeah, you go.
I
The production team.
I don't know if they allow drones, but I can bring my drone. You guys can use it.
Oh, see, there we go. So we can see the over the top.
We can have a Mario Kart.
We're gonna see the over the top, and then we're just gonna see Butters laying down for gasping for air. Like, look at it.
I want Dennis to just like eat a banana and drop it, and we just be like, he's coming up around it.
It's like waiting for Joseph.
Yeah, 50 said he's seen people bike it.
Yeah.
No,
That's
people like it.
intense.
No.
Yeah.
Is it?
Mountain,
Just how
so
steep?
in Arizona, we used to go on this hike. Crap, I can't remember. I think Diamond something, Cobra something, maybe Diamondback Trail or something. It was like a 4.2 mile, like a decent hike. Like I was tired afterwards every time when I used to hike all the time. Now I wouldn't make it, but and there would just be people like that whole thing just mountain biking it, and it was like I think it had. I want to say like 1,800 feet of elevation up and down, and it was, it's over 4.2 miles, so it's not like you're not like steep, but it's like still like up and down. And these animals they would do the ones where they put it on the really low gear, and you just see them like their feet would be moving, but the bike would still be like barely moving.
Yeah.
But they were just like zing, 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 zing all the way up. Oh my gosh, those guys were wild. I could never.
Yeah.
I remember seeing those guys, and every time I'd like hear them or see them from a mile away, I was like, "We got to get out of this guy's way. This person's an animal. I don't want to be in the way. I don't want to have them stop." We hit a guy who like did it, and we like were in a spot where we couldn't move yet, and he just stalled and stood up on his bike and balanced on his bike. And I was like, "This guy."
You guys ever see those videos of they'd be like the POV where they bike like in mountains?
Yeah, and they're
For
going
real,
downhill.
right,
Yeah,
right.
that's wild.
And the barrel.
No brakes. No brakes.
No brakes
All
on
gas.
those?
No. They don't use the brakes when they're going down.
Because they're gonna
Yeah,
skid. It's honestly like
probably
they would
worse.
skid, and it would really mess them up if they
Yeah.
did. So they're like, "Well, this is just what we do now." Yeah, those guys are
All
animals.
calm too. I would be like, "Help me!" I would be screaming all the way down.
127 hours tired. Like, nah, I'm good.
50 said this older Filipino cat biked that shit and lapped me twice up and down. Big
Dude.
calves. He was built for it.
Animals.
Nah,
I respect them
bikers
so much.
are built different.
Yeah.
Like if you bike in like trails, wilderness, like steep hill,
animals.
I remember I always wanted a bike when I was younger that had like the numbers, like the gears, and I never really understood. But I watched these like
That's why.
That's why. Yeah.
mountain bike for real.
Gear 1, baby. But trail runners too. People who run those trails just like multiple times. There was a dude that like ran that same Diamondback, the 4.2, and we probably saw him 4 times. I don't know how many times. He's still running to this day. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, just like marathon runners or any type of running. I don't know how. Like, catch me running like a mile. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, I had a
That's
roommate.
my cardio.
I had a roommate in grad school. He was a year under me, PT student. Dude to run like 17 miles a day. And
A
I was
day?
like, oh yeah, day. And I was
How
like,
long
hey,
would that
man,
take? How much of a chunk of your day do you need to dedicate to running?
a couple hours. So that was his workout. That's what he liked to do. He's like a cross country runner. He did it in college. And so he came in, he was like, man, I only got 17 today. I was like, only 17? He was like, yeah, I think he was from Oregon. He was like, back in Oregon, I'd hit like 22, no matter, like nothing. But this heat, it's like, no. And it's summer in Arizona. So it is like 109. Dude walks out and does 17. I mean, he was a stick.
That's
Like,
what I was
I
saying,
would
like,
blow
it's-
him over with just
Yeah.
like a candle.
It's a different type of.
But like he was an absolute animal. Oh, couldn't do it. But well, with
Yeah.
that today, do we have any last requests? Any wild
Q&As.
Yeah.
I don't think we should.
Then we're good. All right, cool. Thank you
Yeah.
once again, Dennis.
Thank
for
you guys
coming,
for having
man.
me.
It was a
I
great
learned plenty today actually. I learned a lot about eggs and nutrition and
Yeah.
what to do. Actually, I did learn a lot today. That's one of the things we would talk about that probably on one of the other shows. Maybe it was off air, but about like just understanding more. It's good for
It
everyone.
helps, yeah.
too,
It
so-
helps. It helps even once you be motivated to get back in.
Yeah, thanks Dennis
Oh, no
for
problem.
being a part. We
Yeah,
appreciate
we'll definitely have you back for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys
I'll
for
be
having me.
looking for the Denny's Bennies.
Denny's Benny's and the Timo Slam. Yeah, don't worry. The cookbook and
egg shortage now.
All
It
because
works.
of Timo.
You know what I'm saying?
But thanks for joining us, guys. Catch us next time. And
Yeah. Next Monday.
I'm Dr. T.
Timo.
This is Painter Gain.